and they set us up there. And they said, if you got a beef with somebody, line up with them and let's get it over with. And we all lined up in pairs and went up there and fought it out. Pretty good way of handling it, I thought. And the rest of the year was pretty good.
These kids today.
And it's not
it out. They'll grab their thing and start going on Facebook or was it? Actually, everybody's on Discord, I think now, just in their little groups.
Oh no, my brother-in-law I can't even call him my brother-in-law.
Your sister's
The
husband.
thing married to my sister likes to go on Facebook, but he's blocked me, he's blocked my mom, he's blocked my dad, he blocked Olivia, and he goes on his Facebook page and he verbally vomits about all these things my parents that we've supposedly done. He's like, and you spread lies, and we're like, what lies? You know what you've done. No, pretty much tell us. You know what you did. I'm a man of God. Mm-hmm. He's a real winner of an idiot. Facebook
For once, I wasn't the one being called a real loser of an idiot.
Yes, but you have two brain cells that will hit each other and at least spark an idea. This guy's brain cells keep missing. His pilot light has gone out. But he thinks he's the most intelligent person in the room. Ask him, he'll tell you. He'll even make sure that you know he's a man of God, because that's how he introduces himself. I'm a recovering alcoholic and a man of God. Yeah, whatever. You're the least educated man in the room. So shut up.
Good for you.
Okay, so we're live. We've been live for a couple of minutes.
That's okay.
Thank you, Melinda, for bringing us in on a high note.
I don't care. He doesn't watch this anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could just put it in there with all the other things that he's accused me of doing.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Alrighty. So welcome back, everybody. Once again, we are here, the Mystic Syndicate and our friends from Drunkards and Dragons. We are at episode 31. So this is good. Big
Level
thanks.
up?
Yeah.
Level up?
No, you just leveled up last week. No.
It seems like forever ago. What you need, daughter?
So, just a big thanks to everybody who has checked out the podcast. We had some really nice numbers this past weekend. We're going to have another episode hit on Saturday night at 1 a.m. So as soon as I get them prepared and get them kind of cleaned up and everything, we're going to put them out on the podcast, and hopefully we'll get some hits on those. I believe we've had 60 since we started. I think we have like 64 downloads. That's not too bad. But boy, the numbers would be nice if we could get some, people to give us a couple of reviews on like Amazon or Apple podcasts. So if you happen to be over there and you've been listening to the stream or the podcast, make sure to drop us a little review, even if it's a terrible review. At least make it constructive. That would be handy. Yeah. I mean, it would be nice if it's constructive. I mean, of course, you could just get on there and just be terrible, but that's okay. I'll be happy to read these out on the air, or we'll have somebody in the group read them out on the air. So if you send us a review, they will definitely be read on the air, and your name will be forever etched into to our podcasts. So yeah, think about it like that. Oh my gosh, what else? Not really too sure what our June is going to be like. I know a lot of people said last time that they're going to have some difficulties when it comes to scheduling. I know the weekend of the 23rd of June is going to be, it's actually my hell week from the 18th to the 23rd I'm pretty much going to be tied to a server room at my work. So that is going to be one weekend or 1 week. I'm not going to be able to really do anything, which is really kind of sad. But we will definitely pick it up when everybody else has the free time. But until then, until that happens, you can always go to the podcast, which will be, we do this for you, it's what we do. Alrighty. We also had a contest that went out on Twitter, X, and so folks who had submitted magical items for the team to be given or possibly find or whatever. And there were some really, really good ones. I was very, very excited about these, and we will talk more about these probably at the end of the podcast tonight, the end of the stream. We'll get into it a little bit. We're trying to find all of them right now. I think, Ed, were you able to find the axe? The axe was like the craziest thing.
Yeah, I think that particular thread was deleted. I knew there was a couple comments on there, so I'm still looking.
Yeah,
at the same time, taunting Russ is never going to level up online as well.
Yeah, I mean, I made sure to comment on them, but I did not see the one with the cat in the box, and I thought the cat in the box was cool. It's literally a Schrodinger's cat of magical cat or something. I was like, that's cool, but I didn't even see that one. So maybe what we need to do is make sure that they see not a website, or an email or something, and so that they could just email them to us would probably not be a bad idea. Or they could drop them into Discord. I believe we do have a Discord link on our podcast website. So, we may direct people to the Discord, which would be fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, of course, with introductions. And we're going to start up with, of course, Melinda.
I'm Melinda. I play Grinna Babbleboots, a Gnomon Ranger, and she has a companion ward named Bubbles.
Play Kiffy Blackhammer, Dwarven Cleric of Fortubo.
I'm Pav. I play Kelix, a human paladin of Erronius.
I'm Russ. I play Jan Gramer Tolfermather Halderson, who is a fire mage who is beginning to question his life choices.
Or just his friends.
And Ed is muted, which is not a bad thing.
Consider yourself lucky. I'm Ed, and I play Sir Tomas Waverly, Knight and Bard from the Yeomanry, and what would I call it? Master 2, my new squire, Shirley Templar. And on top of that, I'm going to be looking through this tonight, too, because this is something, the deck of many drinks. This kind of looks like where we should have gone with drinking the role-playing game, Mike. So anyway, over to you.
And I am Timble, and I am an artist, and I'm stuck with this motley bunch of fools.
You love us.
Sociopaths.
Sociopaths. That's
Right.
right. Yes, that's right. I put everybody on blast this week and called you all sociopaths. Nice. Or Ed did, actually. I didn't even bring it up. I think Ed was the one who said, yeah, aren't we all sociopaths or something? Like, yes.
You called us sociopaths at the end of the last podcast.
I was going to give... I was definitely going to give Melinda a break on that one because she does seem to be the more stable. But then she was going out, but then again, she was also going about like making really destructive siege engine types of monstrosities in the courtyard of Castle Oversight. And I'm thinking to myself, nah, she's just nuts.
That's not a knife.
Alrighty, so the last time that we all met, you had kind of been able to solidify a plan. You had
We did.
you did. Yeah, you did. You had left Silvar in charge of Bissell for the most part. You had were able to garner some more troops, 1,000 dwarven warriors to your cause. That was a big deal. That was through Tugar, Blackhammer, the clan chieftain of Kiffy's people. And then you all decided that it was time to port to Raven's Tower in Amarillo, which is located in the Vesve Forest. So now I had seen some interesting things that popped up in Discord, and I think I left a couple of messages. I don't know. But Kellex, you had written something very, very nice, and I thought it would be really interesting for you to share that if you would like. No pressure. No pressure.
Oh, I just put it in there not about half an hour ago.
Yeah, but I absolutely I love your writing style and the way you think. So I would love for you to share it.
Okay, here, where did I stick it? Oh, I stuck it in that the in character. Okay. The shimmering portal on the wall created an otherworldly glow, casting dancing hues of emerald and jade across the room, as well as on the faces of those who were ready to enter. Standing next to one another, Kellex turned to Melda and clearly could see the nervous uncertainty on her elven face. Though this magical gateway was not a direct route to Celene, it was only a minor stop before she would have to face both her past and her future, one in which the Paladin may not be a part of. Kellex reached over and quietly intertwined his hand into hers, distracting her from the portal and turning her gaze to him. He attempted a reassuring smile, and yet when he spoke there was a gentle tremble mirroring her own nerves. Melda, I understand your apprehension, but remember this, I am here to stand by your side. We face this together. She nodded and with a deep breath summoned her courage. Melda continued to look into the Paladin's eyes, gave a gentle squeeze of her hand, feeling the warmth of his touch, anchoring her amid the swirling uncertainty before her. With a shared nod, they stepped forward into the pulsating embrace of the green portal. And I basically did that because we never even discussed about her coming with us, and I know we mentioned I think the last episode. So.
Yeah, no, that's okay. No, it was good. That was really, really well written.
Is this a kissing book?
I'm sorry?
Is this a kissing book?
Kissing
The
book?
kissing book?
Princess Bride! Jeez, guys!
Oh!
It's been a while.
But you left the part out where Sir Tomas actually walked up behind you too and shoved you in.
That was before I grabbed Timble and just chucked him in. You first.
Bale of hay, and nothing more than a bale of hay. Easy throw.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, I was going to ask you real quick because Pav didn't remember it. Do you remember there was a time period where I just run around and just randomly yell "bang" all the time?
I don't remember that.
And I used to point and laugh and say, "Hey, I just banged you."
God.
So how many minutes?
I don't know. Either that didn't happen or I completely blocked it out.
Both of which could have been true.
Mike.
Coping mechanisms. We need them. Oh, gosh. Okay. So you walk through the portal, the swirling portal, and you find yourself, once you pass through, in a tower that is very similar in appearance to the one that was in Pelik. This one has similar features, wooden tables, some chairs. You appear in a large magical circle with etched with arcane symbols. Unlike the last time you appeared, you're not covered in biscuits and gravy and eggs. You walk out, and there is it's lit. There are magical lights that are sort of dancing around the room, and standing off in on one side, working at an alchemist table, is Raven. As soon as the light, the purplish bluish light illuminates the room, she spins around excitedly. You immediately look and you can see Tiny is once again here. Tiny is her golem, and its eyes immediately flash orange. And you hear her say, "Tiny, these are friends. You've met them before." And you see the light go out in Tiny's eyes, and he settles back down. Below you, you can hear the clattering of bone on bone. So you also know that Mortimer, her butler, is also here. She turns and smiles at each of you and says, "Well, that was quick. Is everything okay in Bissell? I wasn't expecting you so soon."
I'll jump out and give a bow. And well, I think we've got things handled on that end at the moment.
She's like, "Well, that's wonderful news. That's great."
And then we are here. And we shall drop off Lady Ilya, and I'll introduce Lady Ilya to Lady Raven.
As soon as Raven sees her, she takes her hood off. Lady Ilya takes her hood down, and Raven says, "Oh, Your Majesty, it is so wonderful to meet you." And she bows low, showing proper courtesy. And Ilias just kind of looks around the room, and she says, "I don't think I've ever actually been in a mage's tower before. This is fascinating." And so, a couple of minutes, it just takes Lady Ilya to get used to everything. She said, "Well, thank you so very much for having me. And I'm very sorry for the inconvenience, but I seem to be in exile. You don't mind at all that I take refuge here." And you just see Raven just kind of look up at you, Timble, with a little smile, and says, "Your Majesty, that is no problem whatsoever. It is my pleasure. As a matter of fact, I already have a room made up for you." So she says, she calls down to Mortimer, "Can you please come here?" And you see the skeletal butler make his way slowly up the staircase. And of course, Ilya is kind of taken aback by this. This is the first time she's ever really dealt with necromancy. And being that she is not familiar with it, she's a little apprehensive. And she's like, "Oh, that's strange," as she kind of sort of slides back behind Kellex. Wow. So right now you have Lady Ilya looking over one shoulder and Melda looking over the other at the skeleton, and they're like, "Okay, this is different." But yeah. So how are you how are you handling this situation? What would you like to do?
I'm giggling.
Don't worry, Lady Ilya. I know these are strange surroundings. However, I believe you will definitely be safe here.
She says, I trust that you are correct." Of course, Raven steps in and says, "Your Majesty, please. He is harmless. He is under my control completely. So there is no need to fear."
And above all else, no one should be able to put you two together.
Yep.
That's the key.
Exactly. And so Raven says, "Mortimer, will you please escort Her Majesty to her quarters, let her get settled in, and see if that is going to be sufficient." of course, he doesn't speak or anything. All you do is just kind of hear the creaking of neck bones, sort of going, nodding in agreement. It's like just a very loud popping crepitus sound, which is a little unsettling. But Ilya does follow him down, and it takes him a little time to get back down the staircase, but eventually they disappear from sight. So Raven says, so I guess what has happened since I left is, I mean, who's in charge now? I mean, Lady Ailey is here.
That would be me.
Her eyes
so
just get very large. Said, then if you're here, who is watching the shop?
I appointed Silvar as the house Carl while we do some diplomatic negotiations in the Celene.
She nods and says, I know of Silvar. I've never actually had to deal with him personally, but he does have a reputation. I think that was a wise decision. She says, so can I get you all anything to eat or drink? What is your next step?
Well, that's kind of a discussion that we had hoped to have. We need to go on to what the hell is that name of that city?
Greyhawk.
Instat?
Greyhawk.
Greyhawk?
We're not going to Greyhawk.
We gotta go to Greyhawk.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, yes.
I thought this
Going
was
back to Greyhawk. The Greyhawk. We're going back to Greyhawk. I don't think so.
I understood that that's where we're going to go from here, and then find
That
some way
yes.
back to Celene.
Oh, so
And the question was,
so I guess you don't have a plan.
I think
Okay, well, I guess we need to kind of recap that. I mean, that's what originally, yeah, because I'm now remembering, yeah, we're going to go to Greyhawk, and they were going to transport us to Celene.
yes.
Okay.
And therein also lies where once again we try to lean upon you, lady, and see, is there any way that you could help us get there quickly?
She looks and says, well,
Why are we in Greyhawk?
I'm going to talk to the head of the church of Hermes there, and
I
also
remember.
the wizard.
okay. She says, yeah, I believe I can help you. I do have portal magics that will get us back and forth to the Crystal Citadel. Of course, I am not a member of the Citadel proper. They kind of frown upon what I do, but I'm pretty sure that I can get you where you need to go.
I'm so very sorry that we have to impose upon you, but right now you are our most steadfast supporter.
She moves over to you, and as she does, just those who usually work with the deceased and decaying usually cover the scent with roses, and so you can smell roses heavily upon her. And she just says, well, I will do what I can to get you to where you need to go. When do you want to go, though? I may have to gather some.
I would say as soon as possible.
Okay, then I have some work to do. I will need to gather some components.
Is there anything that we can do to help?
She looks around.
I can put these all under lash and get them moving if we have a mountain to move for you.
She chuckles at that and says, well, let me first take stock and see exactly what I'm going to need for this. So
Hey, Brian, just
yes.
a quick question. What was Vesve's stance? I know we talked about it. Would they be all in for the war, or did we need to actually do some?
At this point in time, what you need to do is once you're able to bring Celene in on your
Just wanna make
side,
sure.
then the Vesve will follow.
Okay.
Like I said,
Wanna make sure.
both houses are related to each other, and the Vesve will not move without Celene.
Okay.
So
Just want to make sure. Thank you.
okay. Alrighty.
And then one thing, Brian, I know I'm standing kind of in the back, I'm actually, going with Shirley and just trying to. I'm sure her being transported the first time, presence of royalty, necromancer tower. All these are probably unsettling for her. So
Yes,
just trying to coach her through the situation.
Yeah, pretty much. You got to think this is a 14-year-old girl who has seen some pretty bad things, but nothing as crazy as what you have pretty much presented. No, she has never stepped through a portal. That was completely
right in the
alien.
deep end.
Yeah.
Right in the shocker.
So while I'm back there, I'm trying to help maintain her calm and point out who all the characters are, so she or who all the players are in the tale that's unfolding before her, and saying, "Are you taking notes?"
So, Raven turns and says, unfortunately, the main component that I need for a gate to open this is a diamond, and it has to be worth at least 5,000 gold pieces. And unfortunately, I do not have such a diamond. And
would this suffice, milady? And I take out the dragon tier.
She looks. She looks at it and says, "Unfortunately, I mean that is a very interesting object, and I believe it does hold some sort of power, but it's not a diamond, unfortunately."
You want to use a different component to teleport us. What could go wrong?
He obviously failed geography or geology. Obviously failed geology.
No, you can use different components. It just might not work the way you want it to.
I think that a significant amount of time was spent in our last campaign trying to convince Russ to do just that.
And
Yeah.
Russ was having none of it.
Yeah, you guys don't want to make this look like a teleporter malfunction from Star Trek.
I was thinking more of Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, Galaxy.
And it exploded.
Okay.
Well, Lady Raven, is there any place that we could possibly get one? I mean, we do not. I'm going to tell you. I mean, we do have. I don't know. We didn't really bring any funds with us, unless we.
You mean steal. That's what you mean. You mean steal.
Needs to go on a foraging mission.
Never.
I actually, I'm going to go with Brian hinted soon. I posted something on Twitter and he said soon. Where would you find such a big gem? In a dragon hoard, of course.
There's nothing wrong.
That is true. You would probably, if you're going to find one somewhere, but number one, you need to know where a dragon hoard is located.
I have a possession from a dragon. Maybe we could do a locate, but they screwed up locate spells in 5th edition. So
Yeah, unfortunately.
Motherfuck you, Kyle Brink. Anyway.
So what you're saying is we need to find a dragon's hoard. We need to find a dragon's hoard. I know where there are at least 5 dragons.
I think that maybe some of you should go rest and put your heads together. Maybe think about these sort of things. While some of us look at procuring such a item.
We located in a town? I thought her tower was isolated.
Oh, you're outside of the city of Amarillo.
Oh.
Which is the capital of the Vesve Forest.
I'm sure that somebody has one that they're not using.
Why do I keep thinking Texas whenever you say the name of the town?
Amarillo.
Amaria by morning.
Yes,
So-
what you guys don't know can't be something you have to share with the priest on Sunday and ask forgiveness. So get out of here.
Or would it be quicker and the less chance of someone getting caught and throwing into a prison using the scroll we have, and then hopefully going to Greyhawk City and then getting the wizards there to send us?
How do we get home?
Oh yeah, crap! I forgot about that.
Didn't you guys ever watch the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon? They were always trying to find a way home. That's the whole purpose of it.
I like to think they're a little bit more effective than the characters on that show.
I'm
Yeah,
not
but you gotta
going
admit, Steel is hot.
Well,
But I
I'm
might
still-
be able to ask for one of the little black orbs to get me back here, or us back here. Maybe we can get that. But at the same time, I think if we can get to Greyhawk, we should be able to come up with somebody who's angry enough and wants to help and pitch in, because one of their famed members was murdered on the steps of Overwatch. Yeah, I think we can get some help there, perhaps. And then that should get us to Celene. And in Celene, we know a druid who can get us close. I mean, that's how we did it last time. We can kind of. There's many assumptions, but hey, we're rolling the dice that's been played with by a little druid. Or triad.
And are we still on the 21-day mark or the 20-day mark?
We're on
We're
day
down.
20.
Yeah,
Day
you're
20.
you're at 20.
Okay, 20? Okay.
Or we could just have Timble go take a walk.
I'm not saying no.
What
That
time
what
is
we
it?
do not know cannot hurt us. Well, in this regard,
The big problem is it's capital city. Where might I actually find quickly a gem of that order?
Yeah,
Just way too many
it might be
places.
kind of hard to locate something. I mean, usually,
Please.
like when you have gems or diamonds that are worth 1,000, those are primarily saved for resurrection spells.
so Temple.
Yeah, so you would be able to find ones like that, but you're looking for one singular diamond that is of such quality. So even in a large capital city like Amarillo, you're still gonna it's still gonna be a little troublesome to try to find one.
Fine, we'll take the whole tiara.
Wait a minute, isn't it supply and demand? So I could say I'm willing to pay 50,000 for it, then it's worth 50,000, and it's a 50,000 gold piece gem.
No, it's 5,000. Why are you saying
5,000.
50?
Yeah, I don't know.
5,000.
Yeah, I was thinking, man, 50,000. You're about ready to you just
50,000. We're finding a lot of boots.
you're cleaning out small countries here and stuff. Yeah.
That's the intention.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm assuming our only choice at this point is we use the scroll to get the Greyhawk, and then hopefully Greyhawk can get us to Celene, and then the Archdruid can get us to closest enough they can to Pelic.
Well, the
Yeah,
that
advantage we have with going to Greyhawk is it's a bigger city. It's not
Yeah,
a
it's
city
bigger.
in the middle of a forest. So it's a metropolitan city that has everything we want.
And the church might be willing to help us since the church in Pelic was destroyed.
We've got a little bit of leverage in this, and that we might be able to apply between the circle of wizards and the clergy.
Yep. Actually, Lady Raven, I know this is not your field of study. What do you know of dragons?
She says, other than watching the one dragon that destroyed Pelik, that was about as close as I've ever actually been to one.
Okay.
So,
And as it left Pelic, did you see what direction it went?
unfortunately, I had already, I was speaking with you. Actually, I was speaking with all of you right after it fled, and I didn't get to see it
I think
because of the smoke.
the question I think really remains: do you have any books, anything that might have anything important?
She says,
I don't know.
really
Any
have.
knowledge, anything of import?
I don't really have anything, but I can recommend someone. If there's a way that you can actually make it to Greyhawk, then I would recommend that you go see the Ravoux brothers, Clarence and Anton Ravoux. They are widely known explorers, and they have a little shop in Greyhawk. It's absolutely just wonderful. They have adventuring gear. They have guides. They have maps. If there's anyone here in the Flyness that knows anything about about that dragon, most likely the Ravoux brothers know.
Have I heard of the Ravoux brothers, Brian?
You can make a bardic knowledge check.
Yeah, would that be history? They took away kind of bardic knowledge, kind of.
Oh, those bastards!
Yeah.
Remember
that it used to be bardic knowledge. So that's why I don't know what to throw.
I love bardic knowledge. Give me a history check then.
15. I love bardic knowledge too.
Yeah. You've actually heard of them. They are they're two gnomish brothers who have been doing this for a pretty long time. Prolific writers, journalists. They have written several books, many guides, probably hundreds, maybe if not thousands of maps, and collected tons of different gear and things. So the Ravoux brothers, their shop in Greyhawk would be definitely the place.
Okay.
Cool.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Anybody else?
Cool.
Greta must have taken Bubbles out to go pee.
Bubbles out to go pee.
Maybe we can get a bite to eat and talk about our next step in getting to Greyhawk.
Okay. So she just escorts you all downstairs into a larger sitting room and area. And as you're congregating down there, one of the doors off to the side open, and Lady Ilia steps through, and she looks over at Raven and says, Miss Raven, thank you so very much. It's absolutely beautiful, and this will definitely suit my needs. And she, continues to walk out, and so what's the plan? Of course, I'm staying here. I'm not going with you. But what is your what are you thinking?
At the moment, we're trying to balance our single teleport spell or scroll against all of this being able to move around quickly. We do need our troubles. We need a diamond that's quite sizable and valuable for the spell. If we had that, then Lady Raven, I'll look at her and smile, could certainly get us to Greyhawk. But a 5,000 gold piece diamond just isn't laying around. They're not as common as they once were.
She says, "My, that is a very tall order. It's quite a shame.
So
And-
we're balancing that stuff, figuring it out.
Understandable. Interesting. So yeah, she takes a seat on one of the very nice couches they have there, that Raven has, and you see Raven take a seat in a chair across from her and said, please sit. I'll have Mortimer bring up some food from the kitchen. And so
I'll jump up and sit next to her.
Okay. So, yeah, you, it takes some time for Mortimer to get up there, but he does finally bring, some food to you and some, carafes of wine and things for you to nosh on, while you sit and kind of discuss what your next step is going to be. So
I'm going to lean over
Mhm.
and say to her, into her ear, do you have something that could knock them all out so we could have some time together?
She kind of, her eyes kind of get wide for a couple of seconds, and she says, she just kind of reaches back and just said, wow, that is very, very bold of you, Temple. I didn't know you had it in you.
You're gonna have some strange looking babies.
Taller than you.
Oh, ouch.
And the biggest bush I ever saw.
Oh, Lord. So, she says, so to find this gem, I mean, there may be some places in town. There might be a place. There is a very well-known jeweler, right outside of the Queen's residence in Amarillo that might actually hold something close to that. Other than that, really about the only thing that would even be anywhere close as something that you've already mentioned, Temple, was actually a part of the crown jewel set here.
I know.
But I'm kind of thinking that might be a bad idea.
Yeah, it's counterproductive to our Celene issue.
But it would definitely, it would be a phenomenal accomplishment if you were able to pull off a heist of such magnitude.
It's been a while since I've painted.
Maybe as Lord Protector of Thistle, maybe they would provide some credit.
Well, I do have the royal stamps and all that we could put to use and make an official document of the Nation of Bissell owes such and such. We could try it.
So where would you take this? Where would you take this document if you were going to use it?
To the gem specialist.
Okay.
The jeweler.
I didn't know if you were going to go to there or if you were actually going to go before Queen Zan, but whichever.
No,
I like the idea of getting royalty to say give it to him versus us going and begging. Hey,
I just I don't have the nuts to go in front of the Queen right now. Nope. Every time I go in front of somebody like that, trouble.
Yeah, you get put in charge of things.
Exactly.
Yes.
You get voluntold.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try that, Timble. Let's see if we can negotiate something.
Well, damn. I was hoping for a little big time, but all right, let's go and be upright standing citizens of Bissell. I guess I need to put my
I
finery
knew
on.
I was rubbing off on you eventually.
Okay.
The act of deception.
So who is going with? Is everyone going, or is it just a small group?
Hey, Kiffy, you want to come along?
Oh, sure, why not?
Wait, have you seen all dwarves have an eye for gems? Is that a little racist?
Yes, very.
Can I come too? I never get in trouble.
All right, yeah, whoever's going to come, let's get directions from Raven
You open my
and head on over.
Okay. Yeah.
Are
So
we all going?
I think we should all go just to alleviate the broken party that we know inevitably will cause something bad.
Okay.
Okay.
So after she gives you some brief instruction, she sees you off at the bottom of the tower and says, "Okay, so just be extremely careful. They are definitely watching pretty much everything that you do here. This is not what you would consider one of your more friendlier elven cities. There's not a lot of humans here. Actually, there's no humans here." And she says, almost every one of your group would be
Stands out.
considered an outsider. So,
To
Melda.
be fair, Brian, I do
except
have
for Melda. Yeah.
I do have a crest. Remember, one of my awards was I was named, what was it, Princess Celene or whatever, the Celene's Moon for performance to the elves. Remember, so I carry some slack.
But just that the people who aren't real happy with Celene, that
Yeah, I
might put
know.
your target on your
I just
list.
want to make sure I get whatever I get, so, good or bad.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, let's go find somebody to fight.
As Yarn kicks in the door of the gem shop. Fireball, fireball,
Then I
fireball.
closed it.
Oh, no, Brian. You don't understand. I now have 4th level spells.
Oh, God. Well, there we have it. All right. So, yes, you all start making your way. You make your way out of the tower. You make your way across a small covered bridge. And then finally you see a walled city not too very far away, probably about another 5 minutes walk. And of course, once you get there, you are immediately stopped by guards at the gate, elven archers. And one of them approaches and says, "Oh, good evening. And your business here is what?"
We are looking for nuclear vessels.
this year is private. We have the High Lord and the High Chancellor of Bissell. We need to meet with someone.
Bissell, you
It's,
say?
none of your
Interesting.
concern.
Oh, it isn't. Oh, how interesting. It is
Your
not any
concern.
of my concern, being that I am literally a guard here guarding the Queen City, and it is none of my concern.
If you were someone of
Very,
authority, you
very
would be
interesting.
out there on the gate.
How extremely
I kind of bend down and whisper in Timble, "Remember, we have a need. Let's try to be a little polite."
So we're fighting him, right?
I'm saying in his other ear, "Let the force flow through you."
he steps back
Feel the
from he
anger.
steps back from you, Timble, and looks to you, Kellix, and says, "Sir,
Do you have a sergeant?
Out of the way, pick.
He just says, I believe that our business is done here. I think you have completely."
Excuse my friend here. It's been a rough journey, and we are a bit, tired and and slightly moody. We're in need of a jeweler. If you could point us in the correct direction.
He says, "A jeweler. Now that we can definitely help you with." As he looks down at you, Timble, and says, "All you would have had to do was tell us where you were going." Interesting. So he says, a jeweler. That is no problem at all.
No problem.
Do you happen to have some credentials that I can see that shows where you are from? And very good. And so he quickly, takes in and says, "Oh, indeed. Very
This is
interesting.
where we have warrants.
You have warrants for your arrest?" And he
Or
says,
wanted
So
to.
that's in my other pack.
yeah, he says,
They did my other side, so I don't know.
he
It's not going to look like
he
me.
shouts back over his shoulder and says, "They're clear. You can open the gate." And so he steps aside and says, "Welcome to Amarillo. I hope your visit here is short."
Thank you.
And he
Let's
steps back.
proceed.
So yes, you
And
proceed.
Usher Timble, come on, let's go.
Oh, nope.
Push you to-
out of there. I'm going to go back to the pipsqueak and
God
lord over
damn,
him.
Timble's a Karen.
No, and then I'm going to hand my hand out to him. I'm going to offer to shake his hand and tell him, I was just messing around. You did exactly what you should do. What's your name?
He says, "My name is Tilver, and I am a lieutenant of the guard here."
I applaud you. Seriously. I tried to muscle right past you as most do.
He said,
You didn't waver. Good job.
he says,
Sincerely.
he says, "I'm sorry if my
No.
was
I
a
played
little
my part,
too
played yours.
too
You were
much."
correct.
He
No.
says, "But your your lordship, I do realize what your station
I'm not a
is.
lord. I'm a
Well,
person tied to
you
a position.
are. So please enjoy your time in Amarillo."
Well,
But
is there a place where perhaps the guards, I don't know, imbibe after work?
oh, there are several places, but at this point in time, we have been instructed to stay away from the drink, because we do feel that at any moment we may be called to arms. We're waiting
Oh.
for our brothers and sisters and Celene to give us the word. Most of us are looking forward to it.
And here I had thought that the Queen had sort of an affinity of staying out of things. Interesting to note.
Well, it'll, once again, blood is blood, and elvish blood does seem to travel thousands of, can come up to thousands of years. So, yes, the Queen definitely has her eye on what Celene does, and Celene has their eye on what we do as well. We are kin.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So he says, "All right, you have a good time, and please be very careful. This place is not very friendly to those who are not of elvish kin." So
We shall do our best, I say in Elvish.
he smiles and says, "That's good." And he says, he looks at you and says, "Oh, you speak my tongue in Elvish." He says, "That's wonderful. That will take you farther here. Make sure to use it."
I think I shall. Thank you.
And so you step into this. Now, this city is very, very similar to what you saw in Instead. There are a lot of trees. You don't, of course, have the gigantic life tree that is on an island. You just have a vast forest with several, like many homes up in the branches. You have an entire city, which is pretty much off the ground. There is, of course, one manor house of a building, which you kind of figure is the residence of the Queen. And you can see that there are some ground buildings. You have ones that are blacksmiths, weaponsmiths, others who shoe horses and things of that nature. Well, of course, the blacksmiths and furriers and things of that nature. So, yes, you all easily find this gem shop, and it is an absolutely beautiful place. The glass that is in the front is very ornate. They have light catching gems that are hanging from the rafters above it, and as light hits them, it just casts just beautiful rainbows and light in several different directions. A lot of this is all done with natural light, but you do have some magical light here that illuminates this room.
And
And
Brian,
Mhm.
what day are we roughly on this on day 20? Or
uh,
what time? Sorry.
what
Is it morning?
time? You're right
Yeah.
now about mid-afternoon,
Gotcha. Thanks.
right around 3. So you yeah, as you walk in, of course there's only like 2 people here and 1 customer. And the one customer is being helped by one of the an elven man who looks to be of pretty advanced age. Um, but it seems that his assistant is much younger, another elvish man who catches your eye very quickly and walks over, and he says, "Welcome to Denisiers. How may I help you?"
When he approached us, did we sense any kind of feelings toward us? Most of us are, here's what, 3 humans and 2 gnomes and a,
Mm-hmm. And
is
an
any,
elf.
I mean, an elf.
You can
The
do.
dwarf, don't forget the dwarf.
Yeah, you can do a sense. I don't think it's called sense motive. It's something else, isn't it?
Perception.
Insight. It's insight.
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Yeah. Figures. Oh, well, maybe
Oh
do
my,
okay on this one.
nice. Okay. So
Yeah.
Tomas, you kind of detect a slight hint of snootiness, you could say. Same with you, Yarn. You kind of notice it's like, yeah, okay, this guy might treat us not as fairly as he would a fellow elf. But as soon as he kind of puts out this vibe, Melda steps up and says, in Elvish, she says, "Greetings, sir. Yes, we are in need of a special gem, and we're hoping that you may happen to carry that." And you immediately see his demeanor change, being that she kind of steps up. She is dressed relatively well, even though she is, just kind of a wandering ranger. And he says, "Ah, yes." And he just looks at all of me and says, "So what type of gem are we looking at here?"
In Elvish, I'll say a portal gem, one that can be used for teleportation.
He says, he looks at you and says, "Ah, yes, a portal gem. So you're looking at something quite valuable."
Indeed.
He says, "Okay, let me see if I have something that will make that that matches that grade." And he turns and walks back. Melda just sort of turns and says, "Whew, glad I was kind of here. I could see that this might have gone a little bit differently. I hate to be thrown out of here, and we just got here."
I've been thrown out of more classier places.
No, that's multi-class here polices.
So
You're wasted what?
it takes probably about 3 to 5 minutes before the young elf once again enters the room, and he has with him a piece of black cloth, and he brings it over and sets it on one of the tables. There are several tables here, and asks you to, motions you over. As he unwraps this black cloth, you see an absolutely beautiful, flawless diamond. And he says, "I believe, even though it is quite sad to see something so absolutely beautiful be used for this purpose, because unfortunately it does destroy them." He says, "But we do have one, as you can see."
I kind of look at Melda. We'll see if she'll kind of talk about price and stuff like that. From
Yeah.
elf to elf, just to keep it.
Just to keep it down. Okay.
Yeah.
So she pulls up an opposite chair and sits next to him, and she starts speaking to him in Elvish, and you can see that the conversation is going pretty well. And Timble, you're overhearing this, and she's trying to work him down from that 5,000 to something a little bit more doable. But again, she keeps looking back up at you, Calyx, because she doesn't understand or know how much you all have to be able to work with. She you know.
Now I'm trying to remember. Hold on, because I think we started out at 15, right?
What was the name of the place and the name of the guy?
It is Dennisier's. Jewelers. Yeah, Denisier Jewelers.
What's this guy's name?
I did not give you a name.
Okay.
So let me find one for you real quick, because I did not come up with one for this guy, unfortunately. Look at me not being.
Come on, you know we're gonna ask for it.
What a dick.
NPC number 12.
More like 30.
Yeah.
We never leave an NPC unturned.
That's right. That's right. Oh, and by the way, I actually tried to start a wiki page for us, so I could like post like all the names and everything, so people could go and, you know, now that it's canon. So we'll get that off the ground eventually. I'm actually kind of hoping that we eventually have listeners who will just take it over and just add shit to it, which will be fun. I don't know. We shall see what they do. Alrighty. So, yes.
What the hell?
What's wrong?
I knocked your measuring tape off.
Oh,
And then it hit it, and then it rolled.
Okay, so yes, this he states that yes, my name is Ralnar Kran, and I am actually one day, once my grandfather passes, then I will become the sole proprietor of this wonderful establishment. So that is Ralnor.
Ralnor.
Yep. And last name is Keyran.
Got it.
Actually, oh geez, Tomas, if you can give me a history check, I will tell you a little bit more. If you roll nicely,
this ought to be funny.
This should be.
Anytime I say it's funny, because this is actually one of my best stats.
History is on your bed. Damn. Okay, cool. So, you know a little bit that there is a history of an elven warrior named Denisier, and he was a known dragon slayer. And this is kind of what you're kind of thinking. They took his name to place on this shop to, you know, draw people to be like, okay, this is a definitely, it's like a treasure trove in here. And yeah, there's some absolutely beautiful things in here. Of course, they have no actual ties to the original Denisier, but they've used his name to garner attention.
Got it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, these are the Kairens, and they are not related to Denisier, but they know of him. They know of his history. Okay. So how much were you guys willing to drop? How much coin were you willing to drop on this gem?
So it's a 5,000 piece.
Yes.
I don't know. I'll kind of talk amongst the group here. What do you think? Start at 3 and see if we can work him way up.
How much do we actually have on us?
I think that'll be
Well-
insulting. I think we need to actually see if they will take a
I owe you.
state.
A letter of accounts.
I'm sorry, Timber, what'd you say?
We need to see if they can. They would take a state check or however we want to put this.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Listening.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
What else could go wrong?
I'm going to pitch a commercial. I'm going to sing about your song Around the Realms, about your shop. In the heart of Vespe's ancient wood, where whispers of magic are understood, there lies a jeweler of exquisite grace, named for a hero of the elven race. Deniseers of jewels, where treasures gleam, crafted with skill beyond any dream. For Relnor Kieran, heir to this delight, brings forth gems that dance with light. In the shadow of legends, their shop stands tall, echoing tales of elven lore's call. With each piece a story be told of Denisier, the dragon slayer bold. From delicate rings to necklaces rare, each creation a symbol beyond compare. For Denisier's jewels, craftsmanship's true, capture the essence of Vespe's hue. So come, dear traveler, to this enchanted place where elven magic weaves with grace. Let Ralnor Kian unveil the sublime. In Denisier's jewels, it's treasures time.
Wow. Okay. So, make a performance
That's
check.
pretty cool, man.
There is that.
So yeah, if you can give us a performance check, we'll see how that pans out. Hopefully.
No.
Oh.
It would seem you sang that in Orcish.
Oh.
And you're also muted.
Oh, that was sad.
I was laughing too hard.
Yeah.
And Brian seems locked up for me. There he goes.
Oh my god. Okay, so that was a 3.
Brian's
Okay.
laughing harder than I am.
Okay, so it didn't go over as well as you were hoping.
Well,
Yeah.
nothing ever does in perform. Oh, you know what? I did actually notice this. It didn't fix my charisma when I tried to change it. Remember you healed me?
Yes. Oh yeah, you needed to change that.
Yeah. I meant to bring this up. For some reason, it's not moving it.
Really?
It won't let me move my charisma for some reason on my character. I meant to bring this up to you because I'm still
Oh.
really, really bad. Like I take
Yeah.
a -5 on my roll. So
Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh.
yeah, that's why. And for some reason, my character sheet's messed up. I wanted to say that to you offline. I meant to try and some practice rolls to fix it.
Oh, we'll have to fix that.
So where are you going with this?
That
Okay.
his numbers should have been different.
Okay,
I don't think a 7 would have mattered anyway.
No,
Wow.
7 is definitely not a 4.
Yeah.
Or actually,
Yeah.
So what, I look at Melda and I ask, what price is he? What price are you currently? Is he asking?
Well, of course, he would have liked to have had full value, but I now have him down to. Well, you know what? Let's leave this to fate. Let's make some rolls. I like rolls. No, God, no.
The rolls.
Please, God.
anything but a performance check for me. Shit, fuck that bullshit.
Somebody distract the dryad so she can stop messing with us.
Somebody go out and start cursing her name.
You
So
guys
that
keep
it-
going on all these different side quests. I'm just along for the ride.
With bubbles.
And Bubbles. Don't forget Bubbles.
Okay, so let me bring up Melda's sheet here. So that
We
can
have Bubbles threaten him. I don't know.
have Bubbles threaten him. Oh, Lord. Okay. So she is
A
going
discount will let you rub Bubbles'
to...
tummy.
The bubbles discount.
Okay, so Melda actually has a +3 to persuasion. So what I'm going to do is we're going to give her 5 rolls. Anything above a 15 will drop 500 gold pieces off. Okay, so 5 rolls. Anything over a 15
and
drops.
a sleight of hand check.
Anything
And
over
a sleight of hand check. Okay, so here we go. Here's our first roll. It's a 9. Second one, 6. It's not looking good. Ooh, look at that. That was nice. Did you guys see it? A 23. That's pretty sweet. Can't beat that. 7. And I think this is our last one. And a 16. Okay, so you dropped 1,000 gold pieces off of that.
So 4 is what he's asking.
Yes.
Hold on for a bit. All right. That's a fair price. We do not carry that much on us. That's because we are traveling, and taking that much gold is, attracts trouble. However, I am the Lord Protector of Bissell, and I am more than happy to write a writ, adding, I don't know, if we add another like 250 gold on it just for the writ.
I think you just go to straight face value and drop that.
The 5.
5K.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
we'll do that.
I'll
add an extra 1,000. Yep, an extra 1,000, and I will write you this. I don't know what they call it, a writ. Ensuring that you will get paid the full amount of 5,000 gold pieces.
He said some things. So make a persuasion check.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Persuasion check?
Oh, God.
You okay, dude?
Yeah.
You're a paladin, sir.
Yeah. I mean, I have a +3 on it, but we'll see. My roll is just...
Nice. Okay, so he says, I think that we could actually make a deal with this. This I like. And I said,
then I will get out parchment, the proper stamps, all of the seals, and start doing so, and I will write it out in Elvish.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, you take the time to write this out and get all of the proper seals, of course, signed by Kellex, Lord Protector of Bissell. And he wraps the gem up once again in the black cloth, places it in a small wooden box, the perfect size, and hands it to you, Kellex, and says, "It is a pleasure doing business with you, sir. I wish you much luck in your struggles that I know that Bissell faces. I hope that this will somehow help." And he slides it over to you.
Thank you, and I'm sure it will, and we'll definitely spread word of this place.
As he he says, "Is he going to be the one spreading the word?" As he points to Tomas.
Can't really stop him. It just happens.
I already did. I posted on Twitter. I said, if you're going here, go here. So.
Oh boy. You'll be happy to know that I went ahead and added Raynor's information into the NPC list, so you guys will be able to pay him, and when the time comes. All righty. Well, very good. So now you have this gem. What will you do next?
Take our happy asses back to Raven.
Yes.
Yeah.
And get going.
And you had best put it in on your person for safekeeping. And I'll walk behind you to ensure that no hands reach for it. We probably should.
No hands.
No.
Brian,
No.
ignore those rolls. I'm just trying to fix this.
Okay.
I'm trying to fix my charisma.
Yes,
Ignore
I'll
those
keep it on my person. Place it in under my split mail somewhere. I mean, I guess the question: how big is this thing?
It's very large. It's probably like the size of your fist.
Oh,
It's-
can't stick that in my
It's a
split mail.
it is a big old diamond.
In your cod piece.
no room there either.
Well, there's nothing else there.
Oh, ouch. Burn. Somebody
I
get
will
that.
put it somewhere where I can keep my hand on it
Okay.
until we
It's
get the
not-
Ravens.
Not a watch.
No.
Somebody get him
Yeah,
some
don't do
get him some Bactine. He got burned. Woo. Okay. Alrighty. All right. Actually, Tomas, I don't know if you can actually change them or not, but I might actually be able to change them for you. I don't know. Let me check. Oh, okay, yeah, because right now you have what is your charisma score?
It's muted.
-3.
Mute.
No, Mike's up there.
He's muted.
Hey, he's going off. He's going off.
Okay, because
It's a good conversation
yeah,
we
that's
had tonight.
yeah, that's pretty painful.
That didn't look like ASL.
What is it with the terrible rolls tonight, guys?
It's a Tuesday.
There's that.
Let's see. I think we added what was it? I think we added 3 to your charisma because of that. If I remember right.
I don't remember. I thought it was a 12 was what my charisma went up to, which
Yeah, because right now it says that you have 13.
yeah. We can fix it later. I just keep in mind. Yeah, I don't want to kill game time.
Okay, that's cool. All right. Yeah, we'll try to get that all fixed up. 'Cause now
I
that-
meant to say something offline and I didn't, so that's my bad.
that's cool.
Just keep in mind that score is not a -5. Holy shit, that's like, I'm not gonna say it. Boy, man, I even showed restraint there. God damn.
Yeah, we give him the diamond and he runs off immediately.
Okay, so you all make your way back to Ravens. She has got everything else set up in the tower for your return. And as you all walk in, again, you see Lady Ilya is also just hanging out with Raven, watching what she's doing, very interested in the things that are actually occurring. Because once again, you have to understand that Margrave and Lady Ilya were not really magical using people. I mean, they knew Antero, but they had never really understood exactly what he was doing. But you see that Ilya has definitely an interest in what she is seeing. All the while, Raven is walking around preparing the magic circle, and as soon as she sees you, she says, "Were you lucky enough to get a gem?"
We were.
Hold on. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Timble.
Watch it first. We don't know where it's been.
Oh, what?
Pull out and hand her the diamond.
She just gingerly picks it up and says, "Oh,
I was just poking it.
did you
Alex.
take this
Fun.
from somebody or take it out of somebody?"
Did we get the blood off? Did we get the blood off?
Here, let me
We
just,
purchased.
yeah. Okay, she says, "Well, if you all are ready, then I guess we are ready to proceed." So what
Might
this will
I-
do is this will take you exactly to the sort of the bottom floor of the Crystal Citadel. I
Okay.
believe you all have been there before, so you know what to expect. And she takes it and places it inside the magic circle. And she asks you all to come in and stand around inside the circle itself. Yes.
Before we go, can I have a moment with Lady Ilya?
Sure. Yeah.
And I will take her off to the side, and I'm going to ask her if she is comfortable with this. I want to make sure that she's prepared to stay here. It could be a while.
She
The
says,
war's not going to end tomorrow.
yeah, she says, Master Temple, I believe I will be perfectly safe here. Lady
You feel
Raven does seem to be quite an interesting hostess. You see Raven just kind of cast an eye over to you all with a smile, and she says, I thank you very much for everything that you've done for me. And being that we're in this at this time, I don't really feel it's right for me to keep you in my service any longer. You have done so much, and I don't want to burden you any further with this mantle of responsibility. I know you have things to
I
do.
can shed it quite so easily. But we'll talk about that later, my lady.
Yeah, she says, again, thank you. It looks like you need to go. Good luck.
Yeah. I'll walk over to Lady Raven and say, can I say something and whisper it into your ear?
She just chuckles and says, of course. And she actually gets down on one knee and puts her ear close to you.
I'll say thank you and give her a peck on the cheek.
And she just kind of, she pulls back and says, oh, you're not getting away that easy. And she actually grabs you by the back of the head and goes in for an actual kiss.
All right.
I have never seen a half gnome before in my life.
I was hoping you got the motorboat titties.
Oh, T almost came out the nose. Thanks, Ed. Oh, that's painful.
That was good, Nolan.
I was not ready for that, obviously.
Down with it.
It's not in T.
Good to me.
Okay. So, Raven stands back up, make sure that everybody is inside the circle. She starts to, you can see her concentration is focused upon the diamond in the center. And as it does so, you see the swirling purplish and white light start to just blast out of this thing. And within just a matter of seconds, you find yourself standing in the entryway of the Crystal Citadel in Greyhawk. Again, this place is full of people, wizards, sorcerers, and several, other magic using folk. Strange creatures, weird explosions going on, and magical and alchemic discoveries being shown off and everything. So it's as always, Yarn, every time you're here, you kind of feel, yeah, this is maybe something one day that you would maybe even think to aspire to rise to, being
I'm gonna move back home.
Oh, you're moving back home. That's right.
Yeah, because you're betrothed, right?
He is actually.
Mm-hmm. I had no input on that, so that's one reason I'm adventuring.
Stay away from that chick.
Oh, all right. So we're looking for what's her names? Ted and Clarence.
You're looking for Anton and Clarence, the Revo brothers.
Yeah, I got one name right.
Yeah, you got one of them right. Okay, cool.
We're
So
looking for them.
okay, so they are okay. So they are not actually in the Crystal Citadel. They're more in the Merchants Quarter of Greyhawk. So you would actually have to make your way down into that area to find the Revo brothers.
Where is the main church of Heronius? And
Okay. Yeah, the main church is, they actually have a more of a temple area where you have several different recognized civilized religious orders. Of course, Heronius being one of them, Pelor. You also have other ones like Moradin, Fortubo. You'll find a small temple here to Fortubo. There are so many other, these are all religious or religions that you would primarily find in human settlements, dwarvish settlements, being that this is a metropolitan sort of location. So yeah, finding the grand temple of Heronius is very, very easy to do so. And so are you guys splitting up to do these things, or are you going to?
Hell no.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
Okay, first thing. All right, guys. First thing we want to do is we want to go find turkey sandwich guy. Okay.
Turkey sandwich.
Buy a couple extra.
You buy a couple of extra, and we want to go find turkey sandwich guy and tell him what happened to Antero, because he may not know.
that's not a bad idea.
Okay, so you're looking for the turkey sandwich guy who actually makes the turkey sandwiches, or are you talking about
No,
Bilius?
there's a friend here in the Crystal City.
Okay, that was
What was his
Bilius.
name? Bilius,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Bilius is dead, isn't he?
Yeah,
you were talking
Antero's
about-
dead. Bilius survived. Actually, you guys
That's right.
saved him from the Drow assassins.
That's right.
Okay.
So we want to go find Bilius.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, you take a couple of moments, and you do find Bilius in his laboratory office. You knock upon the door there, and again, you see him walk over to the door, and he says, "Oh, my friends, welcome back." As he kind of just ushers you back, into the room. And he says, "It is so good to see you all. You obviously came for the turkey sandwiches."
Of course, each and every time.
He
Each and
says,
every time.
"That's
However,
wonderful."
But first, we have some bad news.
He says, "Oh, that's unfortunate. What sort of news is so bad that all of you would?"
Antero was killed by a dragon.
I don't even understand how that. Wait, Antaro was killed by a dragon.
Yes, the dragon attacked Bissell.
Castle Overwatch was attacked by a dragon, and he fell in that battle.
He says, "It's very distressing. I mean, he was such a good master, and I mean, he takes a seat and he says, 'Oh, that is absolutely dreadful.'"
Agreed.
Oh no!
And we believe
When
dragon-
did this happen?
X number of days ago.
X number of days ago. He's like,
We're looking at like 5 or 6 days before,
he's
something like
he
that. Does
says,
that count?
"Oh,
It took us that long to get here.
we need to go to his office immediately."
Okay, let's go.
Yes, we need to now. And so he stands up and literally runs out. I mean, he doesn't even shut the door to his office as he just blows past you guys. And he says, "Oh, I hope everything is, you can see he's like really upset." And so he goes to the door and he tests it and he says, "Okay, it's locked. Let's see. Is this just mundane?" Or he reaches out with his hand and touches it, and he says, and you hear a clicking noise inside. And he's like going, common lock. He didn't magic lock this. Thank God. As he opens the doorway, he throws the door open and walks in very briskly, followed by you all. And as he walks in, you hear him sort of gasp very, very sharply, and he steps aside, and you can see that Antero's fairy dragon is laying on the ground, but it is breathing, but it looks in very, very bad shape.
Kiffy, I would not normally ask this, but can you do something?
What? You wouldn't normally ask me to do heals?
No, I wouldn't normally ask you to do heals on fairy dragons.
Mouth to mouth.
I don't know. I think this fairy dragon was pretty cool. I got no problem giving him some heals.
Okay. So,
I'll give him some heals.
okay. So you're just going to give him just a regular straight up, just a heal.
Sure, a little
Okay.
heal wound.
So yeah, you get to one knee, and you're down there, and you just lay your hands upon this fairy dragon, and you all, the rest of you, see this pulse of bright light, and as it does so, you see the eyes of the fairy dragon open, and it's just laying there very lethargic, and it looks over to you all and says, "Did you bring a turkey sandwich?"
No, but I have some meat.
Is it a turkey sandwich?
It's not a turkey sandwich.
I need a turkey sandwich.
You need a turkey sandwich.
That is our next stop.
Come with us. We'll get a turkey sandwich.
So the fairy dragon sort of unsteadily gets to its feet, sort of takes a moment to kind of understand what's happening, and it looks back and says, "Is Antero okay?"
No.
Oh, that's sad.
No.
So he looks at you, Yarn, and says, "So I'm your new familiar?"
You only just met.
Evidently.
He says, "Okay, I guess."
That's an interesting point. For a necromancer, for a find familiar spell, do you have to kill something?
You might want to ask Raven about that. You don't know how many bodies. You don't know what her body count is. Literally.
He cast her spell on Timble. We need to probably ask him.
Okay. So
I said, I will answer him. We'll get to know each other. What may I call you?
yeah, he
Harry.
just
Twiddly dee.
Don't you have a raven too?
That's different. I have Edgar.
he looks at you and says, "Well, being that you're my new master, and usually I take on the name of the master who, whatever you decide to name me, what would you like me to call me?"
Name him Freddie Mercury.
No, I try not to go with low humor like my bardic friend.
It's Kevin.
It's Kevin.
Dude, Freddie Mercury, way.
Kevin.
He did the Highlander soundtrack.
Don't you have another familiar? And I'll call both of them Daryl. This is Daryl and my other familiar, Daryl.
No, I have Edgar the Raven. So, Alf. Alf.
Alf.
Alf? Okay.
Alf.
Elated level fairy.
Okay, so that's cool. So let me go ahead
So we
and
just off a dryad, and now we're working on a fairy dragon. Testing
Why
it out.
not? Okay.
Hmm.
So we pick up Alf and we head down to the turkey sandwich place, locking the door as we leave.
No.
Yes.
Before we leave, I'm investigating and looking around. What has happened here? Where are more of those 5,000 gold diamonds hidden? Because we need a few. And does this become your office now?
No, I already have an office, so I'm not too concerned about this one, but I will have to let the council know that we have a vacancy in the higher level. Very sad.
I also would press upon you this. Could you make feelers for those who would like to perhaps assist us in avenging the good man?
He says, so I am sure that we could probably find
Some helping hands.
some who might be able to help you. Definitely. I will spread the word.
Thank you.
Bilius, before you do that, I think you need to know the whole story here.
Of course.
The dragon attacked Castle Overwatch. The dragon was in the service of Kit. We do not believe that dragon is actually a proponent of Kit. We believe he's being coerced. She's being coerced.
Interesting. You
Indeed.
said it's a female dragon being coerced?
Yes.
I believe it's a brass.
Female brass dragon.
A brass dragon in the service of the cat.
That does not make sense, does it?
No, it really doesn't. Especially attacking the innocent civilians.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
And we do have a tear she shed before she left.
Really? Now
Yes.
that is interesting.
Yes.
This would,
So we think.
I think we're going to have to change his name from Sir Tomas to Sir Mute.
So you want me to be a mime?
Oh no!
Oh hell no!
Oh god!
Sir
Mimes.
Derax.
Sir Mimes a lot.
Yeah. Sir Mimes a lot.
Sir Mimes
What was
a
the
lot.
name again? What was the name again?
Aravis
Rise to Drax. Yeah.
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 So we tell Bilius that name. That's who we believe it is.
He says that doesn't. That's still just that's so strange to me, especially Aravis Drax. That is while she is not very well known, she is not one to just brass dragons just usually don't pay that much mind to the goings on of men and their ways. I mean, they usually stick to themselves.
Unless
we have reason to believe that she's under threat, and what more noble cause than to go rescue her? Do you know where she's at?
Unfortunately, I do not know the location, but I'm sure that there is someone here in Greyhawk who may have that type of information for you. Though, dragons are not really my scene.
Would we know who the biggest dragon expert in Greyhawk would be?
Dragon expert?
You know anything about the dragon?
Yeah.
We know it's a female. We believe its eggs are in jeopardy. That's why they're intimidating it and coercing.
Or young. Eggs or young.
Correct. And we know its name. We know its color. We have a piece of the dragon.
It seems like we should be able to find this dragon. However, we are flailing. What?
Alf.
What do you know of the dragon?
Well, I don't know. I still haven't got my turkey sandwich yet, so I don't really know a lot about dragons.
Gentlemen, I think we need to retire to get some turkey sandwiches.
You see Bilius just smile. Bilius just smiles and says, Yeah, most likely you're going to need to get him a turkey sandwich pretty quickly.
We will return to this office.
I'm not leaving. I'll hang out with them. I'll look through their books.
Boom!
You are the second to last person I would leave here.
Yes,
Who's
okay.
last?
Different character.
The second to last person.
Who's the last?
The Emperor of Ket.
Oh. Am I number 3?
Yeah.
Good. There's room to grow.
Room to grow.
All right. Tomas, you can stay if he stays with you.
I can't go in stays. We must stay together.
I'm not babysitting.
I got a great idea.
Oh shit!
Shirley will stay here with me.
Who will?
Shirley.
Sure,
Yeah, that's
Twice nothing is still nothing.
Okay.
So we're all gonna go to get a turkey sandwich.
Okay.
I'm gonna feed Alf. I'm gonna get him a couple of turkey sandwiches.
Okay. So, yeah, you all make your way
Brian,
outside
real
of the.
quick.
Yes.
Got a question. It was Bilius who did the portal thing for us to hide the other items. Was it him?
I believe so. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because Kippy has the key. So Kellis is going to kind of look at Bilius, a little concerned, and ask him if. Remember the safe place you put our items? If someone was able to access that, would you know?
To actually break into the extra dimensional space that I created for them?
Yes.
Yes, I would know if somebody an interloper was to get inside. Yes.
We had placed other items with the church in Pellic, and unfortunately it was destroyed. However, the items we left there were looted, so it's possible.
Seemingly specifically drawn to.
Yeah.
Drew the dragon to them, if you will.
Interesting.
It's all in the reflex.
Do you remember what
actually with the key that our master dwarf is holding? If someone was to actually manage to break into that pocket, would he be aware?
He may not be aware of it, but I would definitely be, being that I was the one who created it.
Okay.
Okay.
And I take it you sense nothing.
No. It says, what do you remember what you lost from the temple?
What did we put in there? I forget.
Some bones.
Yeah, there was some
bones.
There was some bones.
Was that piece of the staff as well?
Yep.
They were bones before me.
Yeah, but I think the tier the tier of Vecna that you actually had was in the pocket dimension.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, quick question. What if we took the tier of the bronze dragon and slammed it into the tier of Vecna?
No.
We'll be rolling new characters.
This is when you break out you break out the Willy Wonka meme. Says no, don't stop.
You stop. Oh.
What's the worst thing that can happen bringing those two things together?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we're off to get a turkey sandwich and then to the church.
Is that what you guys want?
I'm asking the group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Ask Billy if he would like a turkey sandwich.
And
He's
while they're gone, are there any books or anything here for me to look through that might be able to gain
You're
some knowledge?
coming with us.
Damn it, you said I could stay behind.
Nope, I need you to come with us. We will come back to here because I'm very interested in this room. If you might, yeah.
As am I.
Okay. So you make your way outside of the Crystal Citadel, and around to the side there is the little sandwich shop. And you can see there's a line, unfortunately. And so as you're standing in line, make a perception check.
Dun, dun,
All of us?
dun. Not today.
Okay, so so definitely Yarn is more paying more attention to Alf than pretty much anything else. While the rest of you are standing there. So do we have everybody? Did everybody roll? I think Temple.
No,
Not Temple. No,
Kiffy.
Temple's there. I think it was Kiffy. Is Kiffy there? No Kiffy?
No, Kiffy's missing.
Kiffy missing.
Kiffy went missing. No. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So yeah, everybody but Yarn, as you're standing there talking, you hear you hear like two gentlemen standing behind you, kind of talking a little loud. They seem to be a little upset with each other, to a point where you see one of them take their vest off and fold it neatly on the ground. It's two gnomes, and you can see that they are definitely about ready to throw hands.
Ribbo?
Money on the short one.
You got money on the short one. They're both short. And they look to be identical twins.
Ribbo brothers?
I was going with it.
As soon as you say the name, they both kind of stop and slowly turn and look at you, Temple, about the same height as you, and they says, "Yeah, we're gonna fight now, so hang tight."
Well, actually, I say, in the heart of Greyhawk, tales unfold. Clarence and Antoine, brothers bold, guides through realms with wisdom vast. Their shop renowned, where adventures in mass.
Okay,
Roll hands, maps they draw.
There's more.
And forest crawl. Legends spun in pages for all to see, and Clarence and Antoine, bravery's key. Their legacy grand, and lore they thrive. In Greyhawk streets, they spirits alive. Clarence and Antoine, forever enshrined in tales of adventure for all time. Does that distract them from fighting?
Make a performance check.
Is this with my -5?
No, don't do the -5.
Well, okay, so add 5 to whatever this is, and then,
right, and then like
plus 2 if it's a 13. So,
well, okay, so okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay, so they look at you and go,
This by him.
Looking up, just look up at you and go, what? Okay, that was disturbing.
And then I look at him and I go, dun dun dun.
And so now it's now your turn in line to get your turkey sandwiches. So
yes,
I'll take 36 turkey sandwiches.
We couldn't even pay for a 5,000 gold piece gem. How do you afford 36 turkey sandwiches?
I'm taking it out of your pocket.
Yeah, well, not in my pocket. I've been spending money.
So, being that your role was so abysmal and terrible, they actually stopped fighting and were still just there, but they're talking about you now. Like, my gosh, that was
the worst part I've ever heard.
Was
not quite, because you got to take off the 5.
It's like, well, that
It's
was
actually an 8. So
I have to put up with this every day, I say in Gnomish.
they just look over at you and start chuckling, and they're like, How do you stand this?
Most of the
Halfway through the
time,
performance, I start doing the robot.
Oh God.
We play tricks on him during his performance. In Gnomish.
So they
So I think I see Alf.
so you get your sandwiches. You give one of the sandwiches to Alf, who immediately greedily consumes it, and just gives out this like burp of like purplish gas, which kind of is like, you know, it's a little, you know, and he just kind of excuses himself as he wraps himself around the back of your neck and shoulders. He's just kind of hanging there, just kind of.
I'm taking 2 of the sandwiches.
Have another one.
Okay.
I'm
So
taking 2.
okay. So
And I'm gonna
uh-huh.
and give them to Anton and Clarence.
Okay. They both look over you and said, "Oh, you didn't know, you didn't need to do that, sir. Thank you so
No,
much,
you
though.
didn't.
It's
You are
very
next
kind." It says,
You
"Well,
are our next stop in the city.
yeah, we got." Oh well, yeah. I mean, we are well known here. I mean, we're the Revo brothers, you know. But yeah.
Oddly enough, we were coming to look for you.
Oh. Are you buying stuff? Are you on an
No.
adventure? You look like adventurers.
We're not on an adventure. An adventure happened to us.
Oh, those are the best type. An adventure found you. Oh, see, now that's rare. Usually people are asked to do things, but then the lucky ones, adventure finds them. See, that's beautiful.
You have a very different definition of the word lucky.
Oh,
But here's
yes.
the question. When we're looking to find something, how do we find something that doesn't want to be found?
Then that's when you come to us. We'll help you find it.
Good. What's
Yeah,
the name again? What's the name
The
again?
Revo brothers.
The Revo
No,
brothers.
Dragon.
Oh, Aravisterax.
Yes. We're looking for Aravisterax.
And then what's it? Oh, the dragon. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yep. I think we have. He looks over at Clarence, looks at Anton, and said, "Did you write a book about that?" And Clarence is just like, what about 100 years ago? Maybe 2? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Okay, cool. Well, they look back over at you and says, "I think we have a book on it that I wrote, but I can't remember. It's been a while." So you have to come back.
Wait.
You have to come back.
200 years ago?
Yeah.
How long does gnomes actually live?
He said, see, you might have me confused a little bit, or I've confused you a little bit. Sorry. I'm also a wizard like yourself. You know, Clarence is actually a wizard. His brother Anton is a thief. But he says, I know how to clone. So we've actually been around a while. And so, yeah, so cloning is really kind of cool. So yeah, I mean, we usually don't last this long. And actually both Clarence and Anton and I, we've actually died several times, but thank goodness for cloning, you know, so we could come back. So we're not really actually too sure how many times we've died, but we've actually been around a bit. So it's cool.
And Brian, I rolled a 24 on a history check. Was that the book I read when I was reading?
No, that one's different.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was much older. Yeah.
Odd question. What color is Alf?
Alf is he's kind of greenish, but he can also change like chameleon. Like, you know, like whatever he's near, he can actually adapt to it and change. So yeah, right now he's kind of, and he can actually choose what color he turns into. It's not just like, you know, like, oh, okay. Yeah. So he's kind of cool. So the Revo brothers. Are you coming back to the shop? I mean, we would love to show you what we have, and if you're looking for Aravistrax, I'm sure we can help you find her.
Yes.
Does
Come on,
your
head to the
shop
shop.
have beer there?
Cool.
We're gonna wrap up whatever sandwiches are left and take them with us.
Cool.
And follow them back to the shop.
Okay, so it takes you a little while to get there, probably closer to about 10 minutes as you're winding through the very large the city of Greyhawk. It's just a metropolis. It's huge, and you finally come to the Revo brothers. It's got the wooden sign hanging out, and it's actually a really big building. It's like 3 stories tall. This thing is huge, and as you know, they unlock the door with a very ancient looking skeleton key. They open up and let you in, and says, well, and you can see as soon as you walk in, this place is made for adventurers. There is cold weather gear. There's gear that if you need to go into subterranean passages, they have headlamps. They've got just tons of goodies here. But they say, they point up, and there's like a spiral staircase that goes up to the 2nd and 3rd level. And you can see that it's just books upon books and like map drawers that you pull out, and you can take the maps and put on flat surfaces. And it's just magnificent, the amount of just information that is kind of in front of you. It's amazing. And it has that old bookstore smell to it. It's just like old parchment. It's amazing. And so they said, well, take a look, see what you think. I'll go find that book for you. And Anton scurries away and heads up, and Clarence says, like I said, we have maps. We've got everything that you could possibly want. And he says, please take a look. And he goes back behind the counter. Okay. You're muted.
You're muted, Ed.
Again.
As he scurries off to put himself off of mute, Tomas gives Shirley kind of like the high sign, like follow it kind of thing. See how she does.
Okay. Okay. So is she trying to be stealthy or something, or is she just being watchful?
Street urchin, stealthy, following, see where he goes.
Okay. Cool. So let me see if I can.
What's up, Temple?
I was going to point to a roll.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh. Oh my. Okay. Let's see. So she's gonna do some stealth.
It's a good roll, though.
Yeah, it is good. It is a good roll.
It's a desiccated
Regardless
mouse.
of what it is, I'm going to give it back to him and say you dropped this.
Okay.
It's a desiccated mouse.
Okay, so yeah,
Water
Shirley,
is
Shirley did not do too well on her stealth roll. But you can see she's just kind of following Clarence.
She's going down the hall going da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
She might need to work on that.
I'm taking notes. Fucking stealth roll. God damn it. You know what? I know why she's having problems with the stealth roll. She's wearing her tap shoes.
That must be it. Not the tap shoes. Oh gosh.
In the bookshop
Okay.
of 2 gnomes.
Okay, so Timble, you made this roll. Is there anything that you're specifically lifting?
Whatever's there.
Whatever's there.
And I'm gonna lift
You're
it,
just being a
and then I
klepto at this time.
hand it back to him and say you dropped this.
Okay, so
Didn't we
Well-
just get rid of one? Didn't we get rid of one Kinder? We're not picking up another one.
he said he says, "Oh, well, thank you so much. It was very kind of you." And he places it back on the counter. Couple of more minutes pass by, and I think Anton comes over and he's got this book, and he's like, yes, this is exactly the book. I knew you wrote this. This is good. And he puts it out on the counter and he opens it up. And once he opens it up, you can see that it is beautifully illustrated, and he flips over a couple of pages until you finally see the title, and it says The Dragon Heir of Istarax. And he turns the page and you can see it's a beautifully colored, hand drawn, very artistic. And he says, this is the dragon. And you kind of figured, it looks what you would expect a brass dragon to look like. And he turns the page one more time. And this time you see something totally not dragon-like. It's a young woman who is dressed in like a gossamer green gown. And she sits on it looks to be some sort of throne, just completely surrounded by gold and gems and just unbelievable amounts of things. And he says, and this is what she looks like when she's in her human form. And he flipped the page over and he says, and here's a map that you can find out exactly where she lives. If you really want to go visit her, I suppose. And he says, have you all ever been to Perrin Land? It's to the far north.
Oh, well, where far north?
Well,
Crap.
Let's see.
Pull up the map.
I'm bringing up the map.
Yep.
I have a copy too, so.
Everybody should have a copy of the map.
Perrin Land?
Lake Quag,
Perrin
directly
Land.
north of Bissell, across the mountains. Yeah.
There it is.
Perrin Land? Oh! And we were right close to it.
Yeah, because Amarillo was. I'll bring this over so I can show people, so we can let people see in the stream what we're looking at here. Hopefully, everybody in the stream will be able to see it. And you guys can see what our maps look like. These are, of course, by Anna B. Meyer, fantasy cartographer. Make sure to check out her maps at annabmeyer.com. All righty. So if you happen to find the city of Fuberg, Fuberg, you're going to see where it says Mount Perrin, which is somewhere right there in the mountains, just north of the city of Hola. Ahohle.
What you do?
So if you can find those, if you can find Fuberg and Hola, you will be able to find Mount Perrin. And Mount Perrin is her lair.
Mount Perrin.
Yep.
All right. The only thing I have is Schwarzenbrewing.
Oh.
And Cristobal.
Oh, okay. Cool. So if you... Let's see. Schwarzbrunn is I can't remember if that's the capital or not. So if you go directly west of Schwarzenbrunn, and you get to the mountains, once you actually get to the mountains, your Mount Perrin is just a little bit north of that valley. There's like a valley. Yeah, there's a mountain there. Okay. Everybody good?
All right.
Cool. Nice.
Hey, Russ, screenshot that and send it to me. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, same here. I'm not seeing it.
All right. I'm going to pull it back up.
Or I could screenshot it if you need.
Guys,
Okay.
if you zoom out, you'll see that white shield with the red little diamond pattern. Directly below it is a mountain.
Oh, I see it.
You found it? Yay.
Yeah, I found it.
Cool.
Still not. Well, somebody screenshot him. I'll find it from there.
Where is it? Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, you go to that big Lake Quag.
Yeah.
There's Parentland on it to the southwest. And I guess the heraldry is maybe a red, white diamond field. There's just
Yep.
that shield there. And you follow that shield down. First mountain there, you've got Fuberg Pole, but Mount Perrin is right there.
Got it.
M583 or M584. One of the two.
Well, let's go take over Mount Perrin.
Go find you a box of grid squares and figure it out, right?
You should.
I'm still looking for that box of ground guys. What the fuck you talking about?
I need that squelch for the radio.
Squelch.
Grease.
Oh,
All righty.
good stuff.
Okay. So now we know where to go.
Okay.
However, we have other places we need to be. First place we need to be is Antero's office. Charge. I understand you want to hit the Temple of Heronium.
Yeah, we'll get there.
However, the office may be time limited.
That is
So-
true.
I'll
Yeah,
go for that.
Kiffy, Timble, and I, we could all head off to the mountain, take on the dragon while you guys plunder the office.
Have fun storming the castle, guys. Okay, so we're gonna head back to Antaro's office.
Oh, okay. So once you get back to the office, you see that there are two wizards that are standing outside of the office talking, and but they look like they're more like younger wizards. And so they see you approach, and they say, greetings, gentlemen, ladies, or ladies and gentlemen. And they said, can we help you?
Yes, we're going back into the Antaro's office.
Oh,
Do you recognize what's around my neck?
Oh, no,
Man,
no. We do recognize that you do have an Antero's familiar.
I am Antaro's heir.
If this guy's
Oh.
last name is Lumberg,
It says that's very interesting. We didn't know that Antero had other apprentices.
Didn't say I
Interesting.
was his apprentice. I said it was his heir.
They look at you with suspect. Can you? I don't think
I am
we-
the High Wizard of Bissell.
make a persuasion check.
I'm not persuading. I'm about to be pissed off.
Oh, then do you want to use intimidate instead?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Okay, cool. So yeah, with the 19, they go, yes, sir. That's you. Then they said, so you've taken over his position in Bissell. Yeah.
I've taken over his position and I am his heir.
Oh, we misunderstood. Here, sir. And they
Okay.
unlock the door for you and open it back up.
Very good. And we go in and shut the door. All right, guys. First off, this detect magic.
Oh,
It's gonna last like a quick.
I
yeah,
realize that
the entire thing just pretty much it's blinding to anyone who is like, you're like going, whoa, okay.
all right, but
yeah.
there will be brighter areas and there will be less bright areas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, basically what I'm looking for is anything magical in this place. But we're gonna loot the hell out of it.
Okay. Okay, you're gonna loot this place. Okay. So what you do is it's gonna be fun. It's now gotta come up with a loot table for this freaking place.
Isn't it called the DMG?
Just grab a DMG and pick one of each thing.
Well, no, as long as there's a spell book from a 17th level plus magic user, I'm happy.
Hopefully, Timble finds it first.
With that roll,
Actually,
Alrighty.
I was trying to stealth and go out the door, and I rolled a 1.
Oh no. Oh,
Holy-
Ran into the door. Oops.
so instead of opening the door, you run into the door.
Yeah.
And knock your
Serious
take
oil.
damage.
No,
Take damage.
Okay, Thomas, Timble, I am absolutely sure there's gold in here somewhere. Can you find it?
is he a gold sniffer?
well, let's see if we can find it.
Well, I'm not
Please.
so sure gold is our primary function here. I think any magical items we can get.
Yes, but gold helps everything else.
Are there any teleportation scrolls?
That would be part of what we're looking for.
We
Oh,
seem
look.
to be at a
So-
loss.
So how would that work then, Brian? How would you want us to roll if we're searching? Would you be using an arcana to try and find the magic shit, or
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we are going to, I'm going to give each, so everybody who is not a wizard will get 2 rolls for investigate. Now, if you're a wizard, though, you're going to get 5 rolls with advantage. Okay. And we're going to figure out how many items I'm going to give you.
Kellex?
can I use history instead and maybe look for historical items?
No, I think investigation would probably be the better. So,
Got
okay.
it.
So Timble, you have, let's see, 2, and you got, let's see, and one was a 26 and one was a 16. Okay. So that's good. Kiffy got a 16 and one more. Damn. Okay, cool. Okay, very good. So there's 2 items. Okay. Then we got Grenna. Roll the
Nope.
1.
One more.
Yep, one more. So
That's
1.
better. I like that one better.
Wow. Okay, so there's 3. Okay. 3 items. Who's next?
So Kellex is going to look at Yarn. It says, I know you've essentially inherited, this office. Are you sure about this? Is this
Absolutely.
So there's 4.
If there's any sin, let it accrue to me.
Well, I'm also looking at if this is going to help
Oh,
Bissell
God.
Hopefully.
and the people of Bissell.
Okay,
It
so we,
depends on what our illustrious
Brian,
Ian gives
Brian.
us.
yes.
Remember what my overriding thing is.
What,
Magic.
robbed them blind?
Magic.
Okay.
Everything else is secondary.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Helix.
All right. I haven't
Remember,
rolled yet. Hold on, again. I'm doing it right now. 1 and 2.
And one more. No. Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah,
Helix,
Okay.
Where you were morally
that's
with us.
karma.
Okay.
what's his is ours.
Okay. So now it's Yarn's turn, and Yarn, you get 5 rolls, but with advantage. You are
How
trying
do I
to.
do that?
Okay. So what you'll do is you're literally going to roll 10 rolls, but so you'll do your first one and your second one. You'll take the higher of the 2.
Okay, and this is for investigation?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So there's another one. Awesome. Okay. So give
Oh, wow.
me 2 more. Okay, you didn't find anything that time. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh no, you did. Okay, so there's 2. Okay. So because we take the higher of the 2. All right, give me another one and then another one. Okay, that's a low and that'll work. Okay, cool. So we're now up to 7.
That's 3. That's
Okay.
Yeah, but 3 for you, 7
Yeah.
total.
Okay. Yeah. So I need a 12 and an 18. Okay, you won't get anything for those. And then I think you got one more roll or set of rolls. 10 and a 7. Okay, cool. So we have 7 total. That's not bad. Okay, cool. Now I just got to figure out what to give you.
Something useful would be.
I have a list.
You have a
Got any
list.
more of those flying invisible potions?
Oh,
Okay, so all right.
I'll take the pantyhose.
20 things. So I do have a list here. So I'm gonna roll and see what you get.
I'm curious as to why, but I don't really want to know. But I do, but I don't.
Why can't we just make them all cards from the deck of many things?
the pantyhose of the mermaid?
The pantyhose of the mermaid.
It does come with a garter.
I mean, I guess it could. Okay, so here we go. Here's our first roll. And what did we get? Let's see, a 13. So what is 13? Okay, so a large obelisk stands at the center of the room, an oversized stone eye at its peak. Give me a arcane knowledge check or history check.
For whom? All of us?
It would be for Yarn. Damn, that's sweet. Okay, so what you know of this is actually an eye that belonged to a beholder. So yeah.
Is there beauty in it?
So what it does is if you hold on to it, or if you take it, it actually creates an anti-magic field in a 5-foot radius around the sphere.
Interesting.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, huh? All right, so there's one.
It could be very useful.
Yep, there's one of your items. Let's see what's next on our thing here. Okay, and the next is 2. What did 2? Okay, so you find in one sort of like a closet looking thing, but when you open it up, you realize it's a latrine. It's filled with the scent of flowers and pine trees. Give me a perception check.
Literally a porta potty. You teleport.
Okay. Wow, that is exactly what you needed. And yeah, you needed a 10% perception. You notice that the latrine doesn't have a box for storage. There's just a small wooden bench, but beneath which you can see toiletries, you open the latrine lid and you discover a bag of holding.
Cool.
Oh no.
Oh shit!
Exactly.
Bart, you can empty it.
Okay.
How full of shit it is. It's a shitty bag.
Oh, we could use that.
It's a bag of shit.
Well, no. Think about it. Think about how long it's been percolating. But that's kind of a non. Yeah, so it's all fresh.
It's all fresh.
Oh, yeah. I have a. Oh, Tomas is gonna hate me.
Okay, so near a window is an object that appears to be a weather vane. Give me an arcane knowledge check. Nice. Okay, very good. So reveals that the object as a location vein. A command word written in Infernal on its side activates the object. Do you know Infernal? The vein can cast a locate object spell once per day. It recharges daily at dawn. It's kind of a cool item if you know Infernal. All right.
How hard to be able to learn?
Well, one word, not hard.
Okay. So next is a 2. What is a 2? Oh, no, we already did 2. We can't do 2 again. Sorry. You don't get 2 bags of shit holding.
There's a second retreat.
Yeah. There's 2. There's 2 shitholes in this place. Okay, so a multicolored frame monocle hangs upon the head of a stoic statue. The monocle gives off a dim blue light in a 5-foot radius when humanoids with an intelligence score less than 11 or nearby. Anybody got a less than 11 intelligence score?
How good are you doing?
Okay.
Shirley?
I gotta see. What did Shirley end up getting? Okay. I don't know if she has an 11 intelligence or not, but I'll let you know. All right. Let's see. What is Shirley? No, actually, she's pretty intelligent. She has a 12. She's actually bright. Okay. So, yeah, you kind of realize that this is kind of a detect idiot monocle.
That could be very useful.
Yep. Alrighty. So you got 3 more. Let's see what you get. These are hilarious. I love this list. A 1. Ooh. Give me a arcane knowledge check. Nice. Okay, so the tower is kept dusty and grime free thanks to animated brooms and mops. A successful DC 18 Arcana check reveals that they were brought to life by the animate object spell. There is actually a stone of animate object, and you can use it once per day or once per long rest. So you can animate an object and make it do things, which is kind of cool, I guess.
Animate the bag and make it go spread its shit.
All right, 2 more. Here we go.
Kind of a necessity should his bag back up.
Okay, 19. Alrighty, 19. So, oh, this is kind of cool. Wow. Damn, I wish I'd seen this before. I don't know if I could really use this or not. Let's re-roll it. That one's kind of like, meh. No, we can't do 2 again. Man, that one's really popular.
It's the shit.
It's
Boom, boom.
damn.
It knows its audience.
Yeah, obviously I rolled 2 twice or 3 times now. 4 times? You got to be kidding me. What is it? 16. Okay, cool. 16 I think we could do. All right, so the room is full of 8 tapestries hanging in a completed circle around the room. Give me a history check.
Yeah, I'll take that one because I got a better roll.
Where'd you go?
I'm eating.
Okay.
Yeah, second roll.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. So, yeah, unfortunately, you're not able to determine what that is. So that's a scratch. Now we got 1 more.
That doesn't look like shit.
And a 12. Did we already do 12? Yeah, that was the one to determine if someone's an idiot. 5. Okay, cool. So, a kaleidoscope sits upon a small table. The eyepiece is smeared with grease. When you look through the device, you can see the magical weave and magical objects peered at through the lens are revealed as if the detect magic spell was cast.
Cool.
The object can only draw enough power to observe the weave for a total of up to 1 minute. Its power recharges daily at dawn. The grease leaves a ring around the user's eye that can't be removed without the prestidigitation spell. I freaking love it. That's freaking awesome.
Fortunately.
These are great things. Alrighty. So that is what you find. Pretty wild stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I like that. That was pretty fun. Okay. Cool. Alrighty.
Cool. All right. We replace everything so it looks like the room has not been rifled. Are there any non-magical texts of any interest that we would have?
You don't really find anything else, but the one thing that you do find that's really, really interesting, and this is obviously something that Antero had been working on for some time, is that he liked to dabble in with potion making. And so what you find is a very, very strange sort of grayish liquid in a vial. And he has marked it, and you can see that there's like a small pad on this table, on his potions table, and you can see that the marking on it says reversal of fortune written on the vial.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you do an investigation check, see if you can locate some information about this. Nice. Okay, cool. So you start leafing through some things, and with a 22, you're able to find out what a reversal of fortune serum does. What it will do is once somebody drinks it, if they are hit by an enemy for 3 rounds, instead of taking damage, they will actually be healed that amount. So it's kind of cool. But unfortunately, there's only 1 vial of it. But for 3 rounds, instead of taking damage, it reverses it and you are healed by it. So that's kind of cool.
So it's heroin.
Yeah. I guess.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be cool. I asked Alf if there's anything in here that he wants or needs.
He says
he will not be returning.
He says, no, unfortunately, I don't have anything here that ties me. But thank you for asking.
Mm-hmm. All right, gentlemen. I've shot my wad. Y'all's turn.
There's so many comments I could make there.
Nice. We're having weather.
All right, so I guess the next place is the church.
Okay. So yeah, you all take. Yep. Yes, Temple.
I was going to say, ask Alf if he kept money or gems around for spell use and that sort of thing, as we were looking for items of magic, really non-magical tools. We got that, but did we find raw materials?
You didn't really find a lot of. You didn't find any gold or any spare money.
That's my fist.
I'm sorry.
You said a couple of diamonds
that are about the size of your fist. No, unfortunately, you didn't find any of those either. It's very sad. Cinders are pretty kind of hard to come by sometimes, but all right. So you guys make your way out back into the Crystal Citadel from the office. And
as we exit, we tell the guards, that the wizard guards, that we will not be returning.
okay, they said, we understand, sir. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Okay, and you take one of the levitating floor discs down and down and down into finally at the bottom of the floor, and you make your way outside. It is now probably closer to about 6 or 7 in the evening. So as Kellex, you would know that the last sort of gathering at the cathedral will happen right before daybreak or before dusk, and so you make your way over to the temple, and you can see people are walking out. You see that there is a man you've never met before, but you do realize the clothing of the station that he holds, and this is one of the more like higher up bishops. And he watches you all approach, and he of course he recognizes where you're from and station. He says, greetings, travelers from Bissell. Welcome to the Temple of Heronius. How may I be of service to you? I'm afraid you missed the last service for the day, but is there something that I can help you with?
Hold on, I'm just trying to figure out how to address a bishop.
It'd be like an archbishop.
Greetings, Your Excellency.
Your grace always works.
Yeah, our Excellency is what they got here. Yes, my name is Celene Celene. I'm a devout paladin of Aronis, as you can see, and these are my friends. And I kind of, I introduce each one of them, stuff like that. We have important news, and probably should speak privately somewhere.
He says, "Oh, of course. He says, I am very, very glad to make your acquaintance. He says, I am Bertout, the High Bishop here at in Greyhawk. And it's Bertaut. Bishop Bertout. He says, so you've come pretty far. We've heard that unfortunately Bissell is under siege at this time. It's very unfortunate for you. And so he invites you all in. Of course, you walk in, and this place is just majestic. It's absolutely beautiful. The holy symbol, is etched upon the walls. You see that there are acolytes here who are and vicars who are in training. And then while you are walking by, you see another gentleman, an older gentleman, who you can only imagine must be the actual hierophant of Heronius, an elderly patriarch, and he is coming down from the altar, and he says, Bertout, what do you have here?
I bow, Your Holiness.
He looks at it and says, Oh, interesting. Oh, a paladin of the faith. Oh, rise, my son, rise. It is so nice to see a man of the sword in the service of Heronius and among us here. He says, what do we owe this wonderful pleasure.
Um, as I was telling Bishop Bertolt here, I do have some news from Bissell, grave news. And I thought maybe we could just speak privately somewhere.
Oh, of course, of course. He says, "Fine, please. But fetch us some wine or something. I don't know, whatever you happen to have here. And we'll just meet in the vestibule over here." And so he moves you all over to this one area, and he says, I think this is safe enough to talk. He says, "How can I be of help to you?"
Thank you for seeing us on such a short notice. As I'm sure you've heard, Bissell is under siege. The capital city of Pelik, just nearly destroyed, which also includes the chapel there.
Oh, dreadful news, dreadful news.
And as well as, I can't think, yes, Father, was it Vilo?
Philo? Yeah.
And all those within perished during that attack.
Oh, that is so sad indeed. Were they given proper rights?
Yes, we saw to their proper burials.
That is wonderful, wonderful, very good. So, how is it that? Yes, continue.
Go ahead. Sorry, sorry. We're in need. Bissell is under siege, and we could definitely use the aid of the church at this time. And Tim will go ahead.
Well, I say, Sir Keelix, perhaps introducing us all.
My apologies. The need was great, and I had to just talk about it. I'd introduce each one of them to His Holiness.
Okay. He
I'll bow to him.
he nods at you each in turn. It's like, yes, welcome.
Not only did he fall, but so did the king.
Oh,
That is true. Yes, and the high lords of Bissell have seemed to make me their. Oh, God, what was that? What's the name of it?
Lord
High
Protector.
Protector. The High Protector of Bissell.
What a lofty title and mantle you have taken upon yourself. Well,
I didn't take it. It was given. They forced it on me.
Some leaders are made, but yes, again, back to what I was asking, we could definitely need use the aid of the church at this time. I don't know if you could send any of the orders, or even some clerics to help with the healing and the.
Of course. I understand the need, and I understand what you need from us. It's important that we look out for those, our brethren and sisters, who are in harm's way. I shall make sure that this happens. Is there anything else?
I don't know. Just off par a bit. Should I even talk to him about the whole artifact things we've been that was hidden in the church? Do we want to go that far? Okay. So there was also something within. I'm sorry?
He needs to know the full import of what we're doing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's not all the bad news. We had put in care some items to the church, and unfortunately, those items were looted. And I kind of explained to him what these items were and where they came from.
It's like, oh, these are very, very dark items that you speak of. And you say that this Toby is behind these evils.
At least one aspect of it.
Yes, one side.
Don't know how much of it is Ketian.
Interesting. Very disturbing.
We're not sure if he is tied to Ket, or they're aiding each other, or if he just took a chance and once the dragon had done its damage, its deed, he looted the chapel.
I'm very concerned about how he would know exactly, because you said that he had passed and was gone before you had placed these items in the church in Pellic, correct?
We suspect he is a vampire.
Oh, well,
I
that's
suspect he's much more than that.
quite terrible.
Well,
So-
I know he's a vampire. We suspect.
So, obviously
And if not-
he's using some sort of magical means to be able to find exactly where you are at or what you have been doing at all times. Is there anything personal, an item of his that you still have with you that he might be able to scry upon?
Kimball?
I kind of looked at Melda because we gave her the locket.
I
If
do
I'm
not.
not,
Okay, are you
but I
talking?
did
Are you talking about the not the communications?
communication amulet. Yeah.
I didn't know if you gave that to her or because there was really it was only a one-way thing. I don't know why you would really give it to her because
But we didn't want her because we were heading somewhere and we didn't.
Oh.
I guess we were the assumption that there was a way for him to track us.
right, okay, but
But if we can't scry that way, we can scry for the dragon.
What?
yeah,
Can
so
I try that
yeah,
again?
yeah. If there's you got to think if there is any part of Toby or anything that he owned prior to his demise, he would be able to scry upon it.
But if we don't have anything from Toby, we could use this as an opportunity to scry for the dragon.
Kimball?
What?
Okay,
You-
it would be our lead, is what he's saying. The only lead we have is to get to the dragon to find if the dragon was cohort.
And we can
Ooh.
scry off the tier.
But as to Toby, the only things I know were put away under lock and key.
Yes. We no longer have those with us.
I have not saved anything myself.
Good.
That we know of.
There's nothing on there's
But I-
nothing on the, there's nothing on the prime material plane that can be associated with us that is of Toby.
And that's a good point. And I'll go on and tell His Holiness about the was it the Eye of Vecna that we have the Crystal Citadel watching for us.
Right. Okay. So yeah, he says, "Oh, I have heard of this item, this artifact. You have one of them, and there is a second that you have not found. Correct?
I've heard the same. Yes.
Yes. Very disturbing. And this Toby person is looking for the other one.
It
We
seems
believe so.
Not good. Not good. Okay. I said, well, I think you've done the best that you could with this situation. I would definitely continue to be very, very diligent. If you do find this second tier, you make sure that you hide it. Hide it very, very well. Maybe once again, your friend in the Citadel will come of some aid to you.
I think I would prefer to hide it in a place that is not connected to the place where the other is.
Two separate places, agreed. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I do not know where that would be though. I
Very-
don't know. Your Holiness, if you had an idea of where else one might be able to put it to protect it and protect us for that matter. Because I don't want to be dragging anything like that around.
No, definitely not. Very wise indeed that you to separate them. Yes. Unfortunately, I have no idea where one would keep something so evil and diabolical safe. He says, but So
I know the church and Peleg did their best, and I feel badly for what's happened to them. Would the church here have a better means of hiding such an item? Not even within the city of Greyhawk, but maybe somewhere else.
maybe, perhaps, I will have to talk with some of the other bishops to see if there's a suitable location. Maybe a monastery. If maybe far to the north might be what we're looking for. I shall reach out to them. I will try to get you some word soon.
And thank you, Your Holiness. Anybody else got any questions before we?
I think this is the opportunity. If he's got a scry spell, then we can maybe help pinpoint the dragon, or at least find out what's going on with the dragon before we get in there.
Okay. So what are you going to... Yeah, he does have the ability to scry. So what would you be using as your focal point for the scrying?
The tier,
Okay,
bronze.
cool. So you bring out this tier, and he says, "Oh, this is very interesting. I've never seen a dragon's tear before." He says, "May I?" And he holds out his withered hands. He's like, "Oh, it's absolutely beautiful." And he places it down on the table, and he says, "All right." And he places his hands upon it, and you see he's thinking, he's concentrating upon it, and he says, "Ah, the dragon is in her lair. Oh, how interesting. I've never actually scried on a dragon before. This is very interesting indeed. It seems that there are more of these tears here in the place where she lays. How sad it seems that she must be. No, but at least she's not flying around burning things to the ground, at least."
Is she back to her natural color, or is she still portraying herself as a red?
No, she looks normal, like you would expect.
Is there anything there that would make one believe that perhaps she had young children?
He says,
Well,
"Oh, yes, indeed. I see 3. No, it looks to only be 2. 2 eggs that have been... They look like they've cracked open, or have actually... No, not cracked. Not by under the... but smashed by something heavy. Oh, that must be very, very horrible for her."
Do you see anything or anyone else within her lair?
He says, "Let me
Or
look."
any signs of anyone else besides the...
or a blind spot in your scrying.
No blind spots. I do see that there looks to be a corpse laying against one of the walls, badly burnt. I can't make out any distinguishing features.
Small as me? Or bigger?
No, human size.
No, look there. She didn't burn a certain little halfling.
Well, it's obvious that they smashed 2 of the eggs and took 1 or 2 of the other ones.
Yes, does definitely seem to be that way. He comes out of his concentration and he hands the tear back to you, Tomas. It says here.
As he's looking through, if he's able to see invisible objects, he can see them through that time.
There's nothing invisible in there.
Okay. Well, we know where she's at. Let's go kill a dragon.
We could teleport there.
But let's. Yeah, we could actually. So we're almost down to day 19. We haven't
Mhm.
gone to Celene yet, but we could teleport there, and that could be
How would
a.
we get back?
That's a
Fly
good
on the
question.
dragon.
Well,
Fly on the dragon.
The one you've killed.
The thing is, we don't know where they have her eggs.
Yeah.
It could be in Ket somewhere. It may not exactly be in that area.
Yes, it could be a
I
month's
suspect
travel.
there's only one surviving egg.
It's either one or two.
Well, you
Okay.
can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs.
That would be a really rich omelet.
I would think so.
I'll bite.
Well, Your Holiness, thank you again for your help. I will send word to Pellic to expect some aid to come from the church.
Yes, I will definitely expedite this immediately. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Calyx, for bringing it to my attention.
Your Grace, would you be able to recommend a upright establishment? We do need to find a place to sleep tonight.
Actually, you are very welcome to stay here. We have barracks in the back here for our young acolytes. And there is definitely room for you all if you would like to stay up on the grounds here at the temple. We would love to have you.
If it wouldn't be too much trouble, that would be great.
Of course not. No trouble at all. Yeah. He rises from the chair and it's like, well, I will make sure that things get settled for you. I'll get the bishop to gather some acolytes to gather your things if you have anything you need to bring with you, and we'll get you set up for the night.
Thank you very much.
And with that, we're gonna wrap it up for this evening. I think that was
I knew that was coming.
pretty good. You knew that was coming.
That came quick.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so folks watching at home, thank you all very much for watching the stream. Make sure to check us out at our YouTube channel. We do have a YouTube channel. Just type in the search, The Mystic Syndicate. If you just type in Mystic Syndicate, there's like a band that goes by the Mystic Syndicate, but we had the name first. So type in The Mystic Syndicate. Don't look for the band, look for us. And I mean, I haven't listened to the band. Maybe they're good. Maybe I should talk to them and see if they can make some music for us.
We share names, yeah.
You just never know. So yeah, definitely check us out on YouTube. You can see all of our past episodes there. This episode will be uploaded tomorrow evening-ish or Thursday evening. So make sure to look for that as well. Podcast you can find us on Amazon Music. You can find us on iTunes. And all you have to do is just search for The Mystic Syndicate. And if you would be so kind, please leave a review. Give us a like or a thumbs up. We definitely appreciate that. It gives us a little bit more more of a view to those who are looking for podcasts of this caliber. So yeah, make sure to definitely to do that. What's that?
Said it manipulates the algorithm.
That's right. We're manipulating the algorithm, or actually you guys are, if you give us a thumbs up or a review. So as I was saying before, it doesn't have to be a good review. I mean, just if you are going to review us and be constructive criticism, we like that a lot more. Big thanks goes to my players. Thank you, players, for coming out this evening and I hope everybody had a good time.
Always.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Okay, good. Yeah. See, we're having a good time here. So I believe.
Always thank you, Brian.
Are we going when are we playing next? Do we have an idea? Let me look at the calendar.
What's next week?
The
Next
4th?
week you're
Camping, but if I could take the computer, it doesn't matter.
okay. Good. We're good next week.
Are we talking Tuesday or Thursday?
Yes.
Either or.
Both. That's what I'm waiting for. Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, do we want to shoot for Tuesday or Thursday? Which whenever you
Tuesday's
guys.
actually working out better than anything else.
Tuesday is?
I think
Okay.
so.
Okay.
Good for
I like
Tuesday.
Tuesdays.
Everybody else is good for Tuesday?
Yep, I think so.
Cool. Okay. Cool. All right, guys. Well, this was good. Hope everybody has a good night, and we'll chat with you guys on Tuesday. All right.
Have fun storming the castle.
And Ed's on mute again. Again.
Like I'm being cursed.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Well, I could be like Jodie Foster and